to the greatest.
Hey, you know J Ray got girls here going way.
Yeah, your boy's home, man. Happy New Year's Eve if you're watching this on New Year's Eve. I don't think I got to introduce who the gang is. Y'all already know who it is. Because y'all know I try to keep my episodes in 30 minutes. So I'm not finna introduce somebody that already been in. And y'all going to see a lot of her. I think I've already said this last summer. You're going to see a lot of her. Going to be a regularly... Because we got a lot to catch up on, honestly.
We do.
We got a lot to catch up on ever since I went back to school. But
yeah, you just graduated.
You feel me? Yeah. Let's go back to my last episode. I ain't gonna say too much. You know, I like to keep it humble, but 2 degrees on. You feel what I'm saying? All right. I don't want to waste no time because this is a really good episode. We want to do one. We're gonna do like anywhere from 2 to 4. I don't know. It's on Shamika, but I want to talk about New Year's Eve for this episode, and then the next episode we may continue or we may go on to New Year's. So we want to reflect on 2024. That's what we're talking about this episode. Okay. So let's not waste no more time because we got some really good questions, and me and Shamika are very deep people. We have to explain our stuff and long-winded answers and very motivational, inspirational type vibes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you start us off.
Okay. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Like you said, no introduction needed. My name is Shamika, in case y'all didn't catch it. And so his first question here is, what's one thing you learned about yourself that surprised you this year? So am I answering first, or are you going to kick it off? Okay. Something that I learned about me that surprised me is something that I've been kind of like working on, and then kind of like realizing that I kind of did it, and that's my confidence when I'm putting myself out there in front of people. Like before, when I were in spaces where I'm putting myself out there, I would harshly judge myself. Ironically enough, you talked about it too in your graduation episode, where you thought that a lot of people were saying all these negative things, but you realize that the reality is you were the one beating yourself up in your head. All of those scenarios you thought they were saying was what you created in your head. And I did a lot of that previously. So this year I read a poem in front of a group of strangers. It was unplanned.
Was this one like the poetry reading?
Yeah, it was an open mic night.
Oh, open mic. That's what.
Yeah.
Got you.
I went out to support another friend of mine, and they were like, "Oh, if you got something to read, sign up." And I had been practicing this poem for some time, and it's something new that I wrote too. So when I went up there to share the poem, I kind of like shared a little bit about me and my fear of speaking in front of people because of like that fear of judgment. And I literally noticed someone in the crowd like laughing and whispering to the person next to them. And the old version of me would have fumbled. Yeah. I'd have probably messed it up and be like, you know what, I can't even do this. Yeah. Start stuttering. Okay. But I actually finished it. And I was just like, dang, I needed him to do that. Because now I know that don't bother me no more. Like, I can really do this and be like, bro, you can laugh all you want, bro. I'm still up here being me.
He probably wasn't laughing at you, dog.
He probably wasn't. Yeah. He probably really wasn't. Goes back to us making that stuff up in our head.
Yeah.
But it did surprise me that I didn't allow that to stop me from doing what I got up there to do.
Got you.
And I did it, and felt good about it. So that was a surprise for me, getting to that place.
She made that big step in life, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, but let me ask a follow-up question, like real quick. You said you practiced it. Was you practicing for that kind of moment, or were you practicing to do it at another event or something, or just practicing it for social media content? What were you practicing it for?
That's a good question. I was more so practicing for me. I wanted to be good at it.
Yeah.
I wanted, if I ever delivered a poem, I wanted to deliver it right.
Okay.
Because I put a lot into it, and it's something that poetry is something that I used to love, like my inner child. See, I feel like we're on my podcast now. How we about to take it? I know.
That's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it was doing a lot of the inner child healing work, and then coming to the place where I'm falling back in love with the things that I loved as a child. So poetry, something that made my inner child happy. So, when I wrote it, I was just like, I felt really good about it. I was like, if I'm going to deliver this, like, it got to hit. Like, I want to hear something.
We might need to go to a poetry. You say, I wanted some.
You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it right if you don't hear some of that out the audience, you know?
Okay, we might need to go
So
to
I
Poetry
was
Read
practicing
together,
for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay,
we can make it a thing.
A little double date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Oh, man.
What was the question again?
What do we learn about ourselves that surprised us this year?
Oh, the crazy part is I read this last night to make sure like all the questions were straight, and I'm blanking out right now. But if I had to guess right now, like if something I'm thinking of right now, I think that I'm more disciplined and I'm stronger than I thought I was. You know, with everything, with boundaries, discipline, moving with purpose, using my time wisely. Like after graduation, it didn't hit that I would never go. It didn't hit like right at the moment that I would never go to school again. Now I have to like really work my way up in the ranks. Like I can't use that college pillow. Like I'm a college kid, or hey, and let me get a chance. I go to school. Or, like it's no excuses now. It's no excuses, and there's no because I wasn't getting handouts when I was in college, kid. But you're offered a lot more when you use that word. Like you if the college people that were in college or are in college now know what I'm talking about. When you use those words, like it opened doors for you that is just crazy. Like people just want to. They don't even know you. Just
they
you're in school.
Out.
Yeah, they just want to look out. Now I can't use that pillow no more. So now it's like I've been on top of my game ever since. I don't know. I've been straightening it up. You know. I think we talked about it. Like looking for apartments. I didn't get my hair done. No haircut. Just save my money. All the graduation money I haven't spent yet. You know, it's crazy. It's just. Yeah, if I hadn't graduated, all that would have been spent. But if I would have had my hair done, been out one of these little chicks tonight right now. But we doing a podcast episode. We locking in. So yeah, I would say I'm stronger than what I thought I was. Yeah.
So now we definitely got to clap it up for you.
You know what I'm
saying? Let's go. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Yeah. For real, locking in, making those decisions to make the most out of the new year coming up.
feel me?
Yeah, I think that's a good reflection there for the 2024.
What's the second one? So I'm trying to think of your second. All right, I'll read it.
No, I really wasn't.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
How did 2024 challenge your beliefs or values? I know you would like that one.
Yeah.
You want to go first, or you want to think about it?
I can, because it kind of aligns with what surprised me. So it's the same way it challenged that my belief in myself. Like, I want to say I always kind of like believed that I could do it, but there was always those little doubts. You know, there's that voice in the back of your mind, like, this ain't
Fear.
for you. You don't,
Fear.
you know, fears and doubts, all of that. So me stepping out there, doing a little bit more, connecting with people, it definitely challenged me in the way of my front row voice is now louder than those fears and those doubts.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, my belief has been challenged more because it's like, okay, I want more. I've come a long way too. Now that I'm really, really thinking about how it's challenged my beliefs and my belief in myself. Yeah. I moved out this year. I moved out without a car. And then I got a car shortly after that. And that's just a short list of all the things that I've done within this year. So 2024 is stepping out on my own, stepping out in front of an audience of people to read that poem. Really, like, let me know, like, I'm her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really challenged me to really tap into that self-belief. As it ties into still, you know, those values of what you want out of life. Believing that you deserve those things that you do value.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you took action versus, you know, believing everything that was in the back of your head. And you took action. See, that's what y'all need to learn today. Especially me. Let me make sure this thing's still recording. Is that button red? Okay, cool. All right, my fault, y'all. Had to make sure we wasn't just going 10 minutes.
That would have been something.
You feel me?
And that would be something we would do, too.
You feel me? But that's real, though, because that's what I want to do going into 2025, too. I want to, like, stop thinking. You know, we just talking about, like, I need this before I start. Just buy the first thing and then keep going and just see the act. You know what I'm saying? See it before it. Oh, no, that's the wrong analogy. But.
No, you're right.
Start,
see
yes.
It.
No, do it, but see it, but don't just rely on seeing it exactly how it's supposed to be. Like, start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put the plan and have this perfect plan and say, I'm going to wait until I get all this. For example, like the equipment we were just talking about, lighting. You know, I'm pretty sure you bought, you know, the set at one point, and then you bought that, and then you developed the couch, and then you brought in the plants. It just all took steps. but you had to act on it first rather than like thinking too far. That's what I was trying to say. Thinking too far ahead and then like not acting until, you know what I'm saying? Just getting started. Just seeing where it can go.
But I think the phrase you were looking for is believe it before you see it.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
And everything that I accomplished this year, it took some time and some groundwork. Like you said, you had to put in the work. You had to do these little small little steps. And it's in those small little steps that build your belief in yourself. When you make that small little decision to do something and it's just like, okay, I did that with the bare minimum. All right, cool. I'm going to try again.
It was a risk too.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for too. Risk.
Taking the risk.
Taking the risk, but taking like healthy risks. Because like some people take crazy risks.
That's true. No, but sometimes you do have to take something.
No, we're not bringing it. We're leaving that in 2024. Leaving that in 2024.
You have to know the limits of the risk that you're going to take. There we go.
Okay.
Because some people can afford to take a higher risk than some people.
That's true.
If you know that you don't have anything to support if that risk fail, then don't take that risk.
That's true.
But if you know that you have a cushion to fall back on, like, okay, I'm going to take this big little leap. If I don't make it, I'm good. I'm going to still be right here. I'm going to still be right here.
And I can bounce back.
Yeah. I'm going to be all right.
Tight.
So you have to know what your limits are. You have to know what you're capable of doing and how much you're willing to risk. And then is it worth it? Because if the risk is worth it, you're going to push. That last little push, you're going to need to take it over there to the bridge. You're going to push it because you're fighting for something that's worth it. So all those things got to align up. The reason why you're doing it, taking that risk, and all of those things build your beliefs and, focusing back up on your value.
Okay, tight. What's number 3?
All right, number 3 is, what was the most defining moment of the year for you? You got. You already know.
You already know what I was about to say.
That's why I said you got to take this one. So go ahead.
I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth. If you watched the graduation episode, I talked about it a little bit, but it was like it was a more positive. It was more. It was a moment of celebration. So I didn't want to spoil that. V103, let's talk about that, because everybody, the crazy part is my mom had put that on the cake at the Christmas thing, and I said, why you put that on there? You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with V103. And they was like, why not? And then I was like, look, all I'm gonna say is, man, them folk crabs up there, and it's all black people.
Oh wow.
So let me summarize this as best as I can. So V10, and I hate to do this because I know it's gonna come back to bite the buck one day, but you know what I'm saying? Okay, I ain't gonna say V103 as a label. I'm gonna say the people that work for V103 right now. As of 2024 going into 2025. A lot of those people I met prior to the mentorship with V103. Like I met some people at this, it was called the Georgia Association of Broadcasters. And it's basically like it's for a week, you spend time at UGA, and it's all these people in the broadcast realm, whether they're like on air program directors, audio, news, whatever, and they just come and talk to the college students and you network with them. So a lot of people from V103 or Odyssey, which is Odyssey owns V103, they were there, and I was there to network with them, and like that's what everybody else does at the because they do it's an annual thing. At the end of it, you get a book with all their information, so you can network with them there and outside, like when it's done. So you through the whole book, and you emailing everybody, you trying to get a little opportunity. And there were some people in Odyssey that I reached out to. Didn't respond. I understand it's a business. Those people are busy. But when I get there, don't try to like, oh, I seen your stuff. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Let me give you a pep talk. That shit, no.
Yeah, no.
Because you could have did that through email.
There, right.
I'm not asking, like, this is the thing, though. I'm not asking for a handout. You could have gave me that pep talk in the email. You could just bring, like, I'm not asking for much. You know what I'm saying? I literally put in all my emails, and I think that's what reached out to the other guy, and we'll get into that. Was like, I literally said internship, I'll shadow for free. I'll do anything. I want to learn the ropes. I want to learn the inside of broadcast. And that's cool if you didn't want to. You could have said that. Yeah. But don't like, now that I'm here now, oh, you got your foot in the door. Let me help you out about all these people. And don't get me wrong. They gave me some sound advice, but it was just like, nah. And it's other little things that I noticed too within, like, they don't, even like how they work with coworkers. It's just every man for himself. It's like, is that, what Dr. Mulligan and Ms. Drake say, that crab in the barrel mentality, to where it's like, people, y'all don't even work in the same department. Why are y'all competing? Like, you know what I'm saying? We should all be
helping each other out.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then
enough for all of us at the top.
And it just so happened like the only person it was a couple people that reached back out, but the only 2 people to actually reach back out and like help me and my peers were people that weren't even my color. Like that same guy that got me the job at Cumulus Media is the same guy I hadn't talked to in 3 or 4 or 5 months, and I reached back out to him, and he made time to Zoom call me to help me now move from the promotions assistant to on-air talent.
Wow.
Fucking crazy. He don't know me from a can of paint.
Right. Because it don't take that much to support somebody, help somebody out.
And like I'm saying, I wasn't even asking for that. I'm just asking for something, anything, bro. Like, first of all, you came to the GAB because you wanted to be a part of a program that helps college students work their way up into the business or whatever. Because you've been there, you know how hard it is to step your foot in any type of entertainment realm. So it's like that shit just hurt me, bro. And the nicest person to me there was my mentor. It was Dr. Maria Boyden and Danny B and Greg Street. Got to shout them out. But everybody else, man.
And as I'm listening to it, it's helping me to realize too how that can continue a negative cycle.
And that's go ahead. go ahead.
It can, if you weren't as level-headed as you were, if you didn't already know what you wanted, and realize that you're not going to let the lack of help or support stop you from going out there to go get it, you might turn into a person that be like, you know what, man, F these people. I'm not even going to go far left field and say do something crazy and, risk your own freedom, but you might end up becoming this cold-hearted, bitter person to where going through life now, you're not going to want to help nobody else.
Exactly, I'll turn it exactly to them.
Because you're like, no, I'm going to have to figure this out on my own. I'm the only one doing this, no friends, or whatever the people are be saying.
Yeah.
Going through life, building something on your own, and now you're walking with that on your shoulder as if it's something to brag about, when the reality is you needed help.
Exactly.
You would have appreciated the support. And because you didn't have it, it has the potential of turning your heart cold, and then you're going to end up doing that to the next person. And now we have a cycle of people not wanting to help or support because they were hurt because someone else didn't. So I'm just going to, I know, we did have a lot of questions here, but I can't help but now kind of like throw up a follow-up question. Like, how are you feeling towards now the next person when you get to where you're trying to be and someone is seeking support and, you might have a busy schedule or whatever. Like, how does that frame your mind now? You
know why it hurt me the most? One reason is because I think I've talked about this. Sophie Haynes, if you're watching this, we were supposed to talk about this in your episode. One thing growing up, I never felt like I fit in anywhere. Like, let's just, for example, start in high school. I never fit in with the jocks. I never felt like me personally. Like, it's not that they try to outcast me.
Right.
I could vibe with the jocks. I can vibe with the nerds. I can vibe with the stuck up. I can vibe with the goth people. I just never felt like I belonged personally though. Like, I could vibe with them. They took me in, they accepted me. I just never felt like I could accept them. The reason that was because I think I mesh well. I'm a very diverse person. And now we're about to make it make sense a little bit. Going into that, that also I have like that of my dad, and I also have this thing where I love helping people. Like, looking back on my whole college career, there's so much I've done for people as if I was like in the industry. Like, I don't even want to give an example because I want to stay humble, but there's stuff I've definitely done for people with like their projects or help them, elevate their game in whatever they want to do or they were majoring in. Like, taking the time out of my busy schedule. Like, I didn't have to do it. Like, kind of like, how I'm helping you with your intro and stuff. Like, I did that with them for free. Right. You know what I'm saying? To help them with their presentations and stuff. And that's just something that's always been in me, to help people. I don't know why. I think we talked about that with my mom and dad in there. Like, I know part of his thing is that, but I also think it's something deeper too. But one thing that's always been in me to help. So when it happened and it hit me, of course I was mad in the moment. But when I look back at it, now it's one of the inspirations of like what I want to incorporate in my work now. My purpose is to change and help people. So to answer your question finally is, I'm going to help. I always wanted to help people. That's all. I've always been doing it. But now it's like, I want to incorporate that in my work for real. Like, once I get this thing up and started, I want to start foundations that actually help college students get to where I can get to wherever I'm at in 5 years. I want to change that narrative too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to be, a lot of people give him flack, but Tyler Perry, like what he does for black people is freaking amazing, but people discredit it because he wears a dress. He wears a dress and a wig. But it's insane to me that they like, oh my God, this is where this is where I get a little. See, now we don't stir it left now, because this is where I always use Tyler Perry, and I hate to use Jay-Z because it's. Because it contradicts my point. Like, I'm not trying to pin black people against black people. They're gonna look like that. But what Tyler Perry does in the eyes of the people, and you see it without him even being out there, like it's a reason he does like damn near B level films now, because he always hires amateur black people.
Right.
You feel me? And he keeps that. He's been doing that for years and still made billionaires. Then you look at it, Taraji P. Henson, and there was another actress that came out, said they were the first. Tyler Perry was the first person to ever pay me fairly as not only a woman but a black woman in the industry. And we know how dope Taraji is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
She's up there with Viola Davis. I don't care what you say. So yeah, I just like that motivated me to like, all right, I want to be the change to whatever this is. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what you said. I could have went left. I could have been like, well, fuck them, fuck y'all. And it kind of trickled down. But like, nah, I'm not going to let that. Nah, I want to be the difference maker. I want to be a game changer. So,
I like that. I love that. I love that for you. Yeah, it definitely. Every time we talk, I'm always reminded how much we are more alike than we are different.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. That's why you're my co-host now.
Look, and it's funny because I've always to reflect on the mission statement for my podcast, the group chat, and it's literally to bring awareness to self, and so we can highlight the fact that we do connect more than we are different. And the goal is so that we can start treating each other better. Yeah. You know what I mean? They all of the people who, saw the email and looked away or whatever the case is, they were once in your shoe. And they were probably hurt by somebody that they reached out to. And it turned them into that, right? Yeah. So we're not making excuses for them. Yeah, no. But highlighting and understanding the possibility of, why they make their decisions. Or, again, they could just have been
And I still don't even give them that. I give people that when it's like something super trauma. Like, you know, like, and this is a far-fetched, but like something like P. Diddy. But they're not going to get into that because I'm not saying he's not responsible for he shouldn't suffer the consequences of his actions. But what I'm saying is it's probably so much that happened when he was younger. Like it's blocked who he truly is or who he can truly be. Like he knows he's doing wrong. Those people's like, that was my whole thing, what you just said. Like, you've been in my shoes. You're in this program because you know how hard it is for college students. Like, I really like that program because aside from that, what I experienced from that, but it really is a good program because it actually focuses on college students versus where you go to other programs, you have to kind of put yourself out there. No, they want you to come to them. They network with you. And I get it. Now where I do get it from is it is a competitive, like radio is a very competitive space. I did not know it was that competitive because even the dude that was giving me game, I know he didn't want to give it to me the first time, but the second time he gave it to me, he was like, yo, everybody in here, think about it. Everybody in here is like 30 and up, And most of their shows, if you listen to them, no matter how successful they are, some of them are kind of boring. Yeah. You're young, you're spunk. You can bring that nuance. But if I'm talking to another coach, that's what they're probably thinking about me. They're like, nah, he's not going to take my job. Right. So I'm not going to give him a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see? Yeah. So, sorry that long-winded answer. Y'all knew it was coming, though.
And I get not wanting to give them that by saying that, because of their experiences. Yeah. But the reality is, one, we are not responsible, or we can't say that traumatic thing was not big enough for you to behave this way. Because the reality is that's their trauma, if we want to call it that, right? That's their experience. And it's for them to do with what they will. Yeah. Just like they'll say the same boiling water that hardens the egg softens the potato.
I was with you till you said potato. Where did potato come from?
Wait, I'm saying, listen, the boiling water, right? The same boiling water, if you put egg in the boiling water, it's going to get hard. If you put potato in the boiling water, it's going to get soft. So
also, same water, but different. Oh, wait.
Yeah, same water, but different outcome from the person. Yeah, they experience it differently. Okay. Right?
I might need to go back to school.
It may one person. No, you just never heard it before. It's an analogy that I've heard all the time. So when I said it, I'm saying it because I heard it all the time. So I didn't realize that you never heard it all the time. Okay. So that it's cool.
And I'll just say for the record, we're at 24. I'm not gonna say it because the kid's in the house. Freak it. We're going an hour. Let's go. We're gonna finish the whole thing. I was gonna go 30. I should have known we couldn't finish this in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's our problem because we on question 3 and we going into.
But that's the point. I like an in-depth conversation. Yeah, so you good. All
right. So
I'm sorry. I just know y'all don't watch my hour. Y'all gonna watch this one though. All right.
We talking about some deep stuff, some good stuff.
You feel me?
Stuff that's good for the soul.
Okay.
All right. Who or what have been the biggest influence in your personal growth this year?
You want to go first? I'll live with the last one.
I don't know. Mine might be a little bit egotistical, but me.
And on that note, I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you.
If I really have to
Elaborate. I'm not judging. Not judging.
Why I would say me, like if I could think about it, I can definitely think about a few people who definitely influenced my personal growth. Because there are, you for one.
But it didn't say who. It said who. Did it say who?
It
What?
says
Where?
who or what.
Yeah.
Who or what had the biggest influence.
Just you.
So I have to just pick on. So
you don't have to.
But
who, like breathe in, breathe out. Close your eyes. Gun to your head. Who or what? If it's you, you say you. You don't have to say who, because I don't even believe in. That's a whole other podcast, but I don't even believe in like looking at other people as an influence, other than like Tyler Perry. I'm a little biased when it comes to that, because he just does. He does stuff that I agree with. Outside of the dressing up, but.
So in that same sense, then I would say like I've been my biggest influence in my personal growth this year.
Okay.
The strides that I have made prior, and then living it out this year, because this year I got to live out all the work that I've been putting in the past couple of years, like truly loving yourself and then attracting that same love, and not just like from a partner, but from the people around you.
Yeah.
Right. Us connecting, and it's just been on. We've been on go since when we connect, and a lot of that happened because I got out of my own way. I got out of my comfort zone, and I stepped out there. I remember when we first met, I showed up. My edges was done. I don't even do my edges all the time to like they're not done right. Hold on, wait a minute, don't laugh at me. I don't do my edges all the time.
No, because I don't remember that.
I know.
I just remember being so worried about like, damn, I just wasted her time coming out here.
And then even that, when I came out there, I wasn't even mad about my time being wasted. I was excited for myself that I was prepared. That I was ready.
So yeah.
An opportunity popped up for us to just, sit down and chat for something that I want to do. Real. I was ready for it. I didn't even have my car then. I got a ride to the library.
Yeah.
And I still wasn't even mad about it. I could have been mad like, man, he made me find a ride, come up here, da-da-da. But nah, because of all the work that I've done, instead of being mad about it, what did I do? We seized the opportunity. We talked for a little bit, and I realized, okay, we have a cool little vibe. We're laughing, da-da-da. Let's connect some more then. Let's make a plan to like make some more happen. And now fast forward, here we are, New Year's.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? New Year's Eve.
That is crazy. We was able to keep in contact since I went back to school, because just have I'm a busy joker, and you were busy too. You're really busy too.
Yeah, my friendships. My friends be mad at me because I'm not hitting up all the time.
Man, friends.
Yeah,
I got a female. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah.
So being able to maintain that is a personal growth thing for me, because I have lost friends due to lack of communication. I mean, they still probably feeling some type of way because I ain't hit them up in a minute. I'm sorry. I love y'all still.
Do you believe sometimes though that could be like a sign that you probably I don't want to say necessarily like them, but I'll give you an example. So like I was saying, I hate exposing myself. I was exploring the dating. I was exploring some things this year where it's like I realize when that's not a connection is when this phone rings and I see who it is and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch it ring.
Dang.
Versus like if you call or the white calls or if I call y'all, it's like I'm excited to get on the phone with y'all. Yeah. Do you think that could be something with the dynamic in your friendship? Because I found that for me. I don't want to say it for you, but
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Any type of relationship or friendship. If you're not excited to get on the phone with them, if you're not excited every time after you leave them, because you have some friends that you'll care about them, but every time you and them connect and you talk, you get drained because the relationship is more of a take than a mutual connection.
Can you give me an example of a take relationship?
Every time you hit me up is because you need something, or because you need a shoulder to cry on, or because you need some advice, or because you need to hear me say something that's gonna help you through this moment, versus like literally just calling in to be like, yo, you good? Or planning to do something and be like, oh man, Shamika would enjoy this. Let me hear her up and see if she's trying to pull up. Yeah. If you're not thinking about me on that, if you're not calling me when you're doing random stuff, or man, I was just doing this and I thought about you, or shoot me a text randomly, then you don't really check. You don't. It's not genuine. Yeah. It's more of a transactional relationship. You're excited about me because you know that we finna have a deep conversation about something, and I'm gonna help you through this moment of, you know, sadness or whatever it is that you're going through. Yeah. And that's what you need. And once you have that and you're good, you don't feel like you need to hit me up no more.
That's true.
So there's that.
That's real.
And then from those relationships, again, you know, you walk off, every time you get off the phone, it's like you're exhausted, you're tired, you're done for the day. You don't want to talk to nobody else for the day, because that person, they did it all. They done took everything out of you for that day.
Yeah.
And then you have some people, like, when we get on the phone, I can make 10 more phone calls after talking to you.
Nigga, you know, it's a funny thing about our relationship, y'all. When we get on the phone, we're trying to get off the phone because we know we're going to take too long being on the phone. Like, if we really want to sit on the phone and actually enjoy each other, we would both have to take the whole day off. Because it would just be like, yeah.
We really would have to. And then, and that's when you know, because the connection is genuine on both ends. Mm-hmm. It's like, and then it doesn't even have to be the relationships where you talk every day, because we don't talk every day. We don't, and we're not looking at the calendar like, dang, I ain't talked to him in 2 weeks. No, whenever we hear each other.
I did do that. I do feel that one time. I wrote your name down on my to-do list, Dwight's name down. I wrote like it's a lady named shout out Miss Margaret if she's watching. My mom's friend. She always make me sweet potato pies on Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving. She always listens to all my radio shows. She watches most of my podcasts. Anything I send her, she'll support. So those are your 3 names I wrote down. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I did feel like at one point I was like, okay, and I told you when 2024 started, I was like, I wanted to select. Now next year I'm really like, I ain't gonna have no friends but Shamika and maybe Dwight and Miss Margaret. You know what I'm saying? But like, that was the first time I was like, okay, I feel like this could be actual genuine friendship, like you were saying. I feel like I see something in this friend, because there are times when I'm doing something, I think like, man, what Shamika would think about this, or like I'll have an idea and I'm like, oh, we could talk about this with Shamika, but I wonder what she thinking, or I just think, or I might see a BMW drive down the road. I'm joking. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. All right. And then that's why our conversations never end, because we were not just talking about what we just ended up talking about.
Yeah, I don't even know where we at.
And we have a list of questions here to help us stay guided. So let's just jump back into it. What's a habit or a mindset you're leaving behind as you enter 2025?
I'm gonna be so transparent right now. Y'all better not clip this. You know, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna say some of them. Some of them are a little explicit.
You have a list in your phone? Is that what you're looking for?
I put them under my New Year's resolutions. Here we go. Okay, these are all the bad habits in 2024.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna list all of them.
It's a long list.
It's one missing off here, but I ain't gonna say it. That's us too little too personal. I'm gonna have to be a millionaire, then I ain't gonna, you know, just in case I don't get to where I want to get to. Let's start from the forward going back. Fear for one.
Okay.
What's the opposite? What's the word for like not being productive? Oh, procrastination.
Okay.
Fast food.
Okay.
Bad spending habits. Alcohol. Sex. Women. And porn. So I'm gonna leave right there. Woo! It took a lot to get out of that last word. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
But like, no, real joint though, because like I feel like those have been like I said, it's something about like the day after graduation, not during that moment, but the day after graduation, like it's like all that stopped for some reason. I guess because it's like it's almost like having that scared moment without having a scared moment. It's like you snapping into reality. So like all that stopped. I mean, I started working on my websites. I think I started working. I think I had called you to do this podcast. Like I don't know. I snapped back into reality, and that goes back to number one. It taught me how to be. I learned that I was stronger. And I was like, damn, why couldn't I do this like all semester like in 2022? You know what I'm saying? But we ain't worried about it now. We ain't worried about the past. Right now we know. Now I know that I'm strong. I'm gonna just continue that going forward. What are some bad habits that you want to use? I want to list one for you. These damn shirts and pants and hats.
I don't even have no shirts yet. But merching ideas, that's definitely not something I'm leaving behind. Okay. That's a mindset that I'm definitely carrying with me. But I will take your advice and dial back some.
Yeah.
I will take your advice and dial back some, because I know sometimes, or a lot of the time, I get ahead of myself and I want to plan things. Like I can see so far into the future. You thought I was that so Raven. If you didn't get that, you're not old enough.
She's trying to date my podcast. You're not going to do that to my people, okay?
But did you catch the reference? Okay. All right. Testing how old you are. But
never mind. Yeah.
I guess so. That's something that I'm probably leaving behind. Looking too far ahead in the future, and getting too excited about what I see ahead. You know, still being clear on what I want for the future, but staying in the present. So again, not something I'm necessarily leaving behind, but more so picking up, but being present in each moment and experiencing it for what it is.
True. Me too.
It makes a difference
Yeah.
with one, accomplishing your goals. You know, if you're not present for the goals that you set out, you're not going to make it. And you have this big goal that's like over here, but it's the steps that you're going to take over here that's going to actually get you there. So you have to stay focused on, you know, that present moment versus just being too excited about the future and then never getting anything done. True. That's something that's definitely stopped me for some time. Like, I'll be so excited, like I can think about it all day long, and I ain't doing nothing towards the goal. That don't make no sense at all. So be action.
Yeah.
Be present and take action. There we go. Okay. That's what I was trying to go with it.
All right.
Okay.
What number we on?
Number 6.
Okay, we're making good progress.
If you could relive one day from 2024, what would it be and why? Bro, one day?
Oh, that's easy for me. You got one?
No.
You still thinking?
Go.
I'll go. When I not when I went to V103, but when V103 came to the GAB, because I remember I told you some people from Odyssey or V103 came. Like, I think Big Tigger and Jazzy McBee actually did a show in front of us. Like, they did a live show in front of us. I think that was big. Just because, like, it almost felt like, I can't say full circle moment because I'm not employed there. If I was to get employed there, then it would be it's like a somewhat full circle moment, just because like that was the inspiration behind why I got into radio and podcasting. Like them and the Breakfast Club. But V103, I remember sitting in the back of my dad's car every morning and we listened to it, and it kept me engaged. You know what I'm saying? You young, when you young, you ain't was no radio for real,
Right.
And the other thing is too, my parents didn't have a phone. So if I had a phone and AirPods like these kids have now, I probably wouldn't still. But just listening and being engaged and having fun and seeing like the joy that it brought me, not only me, my dad, like he's on his way to work. You know what I'm saying? He's 9 to 5. He got to work every single day that he probably don't want to wake up early for it and then take me to school. You know what I'm saying? But seeing that it can
do that
to people. And then, you know, I'm silly, but that's one of my things behind being silly. I love to make people laugh, bring happiness, bring peace, bring comfort to people. So with those two, I was like, damn, like maybe, you know, I love radio. And then to see that, like now that I'm older, like I'm watching the people that I grew up like when I was little. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can add that too when I met Greg Street. Do you remember Greg Street?
Yeah.
Like I actually met him. I was like, dude, like you're a legend. Like you shouldn't even be on, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fucking 5 back then, and you still on the radio, and you still yourself, and you still killing it. Like that's crazy, bro. It's almost like meeting Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Watching Spider-Man when you're younger. It's like, you know, it was unreal. It was a surreal moment, and I would never forget that. And then it also showed me like I can get there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a little kid talking about that.
I was just about to say, I'm glad that you got that because I can tell that your inner child is happy.
Yeah.
And like you said, you know, being a kid, that's where your first love for it was. So I'm really glad that the negative aspects to your interaction with V103 did not take away from the joy that your inner child experienced. So that's good to know.
What was yours?
If I could relive one day, I don't know if I can pick one day. I'm not gonna hold you. 2024 was good to me.
I used the wrong day. Go ahead.
Man, you have a different day?
Yeah, we'll
You
go.
wanna talk about it?
No. Let's go.
Does it still relate to V103? Because I mean,
Hell
that was
no.
oh
Hell no.
man, because that was impactful.
You're gonna want to hear it because
Okay.
it is kind of deep.
Okay.
And that was funny because I had thought about that last night. Y'all know I don't like to pre-do my episodes. That's why I don't even like doing topics in. Okay.
Okay. But
Your most happiest day this year. Yes, there's a lot of them, but there was one that you could like. It was just perfect, pitch perfect.
it was a weekend.
That's 2 days, but okay, I'll let you slide.
It was probably about 3. But if it would be, this is tough, but I'm thinking my mom's birthday party.
Okay, interesting.
My mom lived in Boston. I'm here in Atlanta. Her birthday party was in New York.
Ooh, that's why I was.
And we drove up there too. That's why I said the whole weekend. We drove up there, me and my family, 2 cars deep. my son, my little cousin, baby. She's 2 years old at the time. And we rode up to New York. That's a long ride.
Yeah. That's like 9 hours, right?
No.
10? 14?
14.
No.
14 was since we're driving. I think it's 18, depends on who's driving.
Dang, that's crazy. Depends on who's driving. It's crazy. All right, go ahead.
No, yeah. Because we was driving, it was about 14.
Okay. Go ahead.
But it was just dope to be able to do that with the family. You know, sometimes coexisting with family can be hard, right? That's something that we know all too well about. But because we were outside of the house and, you know, we were doing a road trip, it was good. Everybody was in good vibes, good spirits. We laughed all the way there, all the way back. And got to celebrate my mom. You know, see people coming from different states literally to come to New York to celebrate my mom. I think that's probably my best year, my best day this year if I had to pick one. But 2024, yeah.
So it was a good time around family.
Yeah.
That was why it was good?
Yeah.
Because was it your first experience having a really, really good time with your family outside of when you were little? Like your first time being older now?
No. So whenever we do have like a birthday party, we know how to party. We gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time. That's what it was. Okay. No, but I mean it's house party. It's safe inside the house. It's I mean it's drinking but responsibly. And if it's not, you can go fall asleep over there in the corner. We at the house. You know what I mean? Granted, her party wasn't at a house, but coming together and having a good time is something that I truly value in my family, and we know how to do that. We know how to have a good time. Okay. And I think it definitely makes up for all of the bad times.
That's what I was about. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was getting at.
The scale sometimes be tipping because the bad times.
That's real.
It gets bad. Just as good of a time that we can have together is just as bad as the time we can have together. All right. So as hard as we can laugh together, it's as hard as we've cried separately because we're not crying together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably my best moment.
Damn.
Yeah.
On your mom's birthday, that's dope.
Yeah, shout out to mom.
Yeah. I'll take mom back. I still like that moment. But if I had to do graduation, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. Because it was crazy because remember when you said like you were trying to like you learn how to live in the moment, but living in the moment when it comes to like taking steps toward your goals. My problem is living in the moment. Sometimes I feel like I try to create moments. Like let me break down why I said like I didn't want to go out New Year's or like why I never have a good New Year's. It's probably on there somewhere, and I'm probably gonna answer it early. Every New Year's, I try to create these moments where I get a haircut, I get my hair done, I plan out everything how I want to execute it perfectly. But none of it is like for me. Like none of it's gonna be happy for me. It's more like I want to go to the club because I know I can get drunk, love getting drunk because my mind is everywhere, and then 2, females. But it's like, is that it? Yeah. You feel me? Am I really doing that for me? Yeah. But sometimes it takes yourself to sit back and like reflect on that, and then I'm like, damn, what am I celebrating New Year's for this year? Like, what reason would I go out other than just trying to get bitches and get drunk and trying to look good?
Get what?
Oh, women. Sorry. That's. I mean, I get what I'm saying. Like, I don't call.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But like how we in society, men is that it's just.
Yeah. That's why.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You looked at me like, Mama. I was like, damn, I'm about to get popped in the mouth for a minute. But yeah, excuse my French. But yeah, man, just I don't know. I living in the moment, bro. Yeah. I really live in the moment. And during graduation, a lot of my family members couldn't make it. I don't think I invited a lot of my friends. Or even if I would invite them, I don't know if they would have been able to come. It was literally just me, my mom, and somebody had pulled up, like, surprised me. And in that moment, I could have, like, not cried, but, like, been like, damn, why didn't they, you know what I'm saying? They didn't show up. I told them, like, a month in advance. Like, I know they ain't got nothing to do. He retired, she retired. He ain't got nothing going on. If this girl called him up, he would have went. But I've been there for him since I was, like, I learned to just live. And, like, I literally, and you know how I feel about, y'all know how I feel about my mom. I was, like, just one with the moment. I was just like, I take whatever. Yeah. And just celebrating that moment with them and them being so happy and being so proud. And then also, you know, they say sometimes it don't happen, but now I'm older. It did happen. I started realizing what I did to get to this point. Because there was at one point I didn't think I deserved to graduate, nor did I want to because I didn't feel like I was ready. Oh, wow. But looking back at it, I was like, okay, maybe I didn't work as hard as I thought I should. But there were times I definitely worked hard. You feel me? Like looking back at that documentary, I'm like, damn, I did do like I started that last year, dude. That took time. You did that.
Yeah.
You know, the music video, you did that. Other projects that I got up on my website now, you did that. And those were nights where you was up till 4 a.m. Like I finished that doc on Thanksgiving. I didn't come home on purpose because I wanted that documentary to be so perfect. Because the premiere was so terrible. It was, and if it was rushed work at first, and I was like, you know what, you can do better. You can do so much better work. So I sacrificed. I didn't go home on Thanksgiving. I sat in my room the whole day at school, and I just worked on the documentary and made it what it is now. And it's just like, just reflecting on all of that. Like even before I went back to school, when I was like scared to go back to school because I'm like 22, about to go back to school to on a whole nother side of Georgia I've never been on, you know. Then like I'm here now. I graduated. I have opportunities. I did a lot. I accomplished a lot. So it's like, damn. And then I got to celebrate that with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of cool. And it was nothing but positive energy the whole day. You feel me?
Graduation days are usually like that because that is a big accomplishment. You did,
and that's the other thing. I didn't graduate from high school traditionally. I graduated from high school, but I almost didn't graduate because I had failed a math class because I was depressed once I didn't make the basketball team, whatever. And I had to graduate that summer. Luckily, I think back in the day that probably wouldn't even happen. But I think that's a newer thing now. I didn't even have to go to summer school. I just did like a month of like the math program, and then they did this weird other summer program. But like I didn't get to traditionally graduate from high school. Yeah, you feel me?
So you still got experience.
Yeah,
so see, there we go.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Clap it, snap it up. Clap it up. I can't even snap with this hand.
Come on, gang.
Wait.
Is that a real thing? I know another woman that really can't snap with her left hand. I thought she was faking it. You can't snap with your right hand?
I can't snap with my right hand. It's
For
my
real?
left hand. I can kind of do it. I gotta try.
Are you left-handed?
hard. No, I'm right-handed.
We need to look that up.
Okay. What's one thing you wish you had spent more time on in 2024?
I'll let you open up.
My podcast.
Yes. My God.
Yeah. I wish I did spend more time on it. Like I have all the ideas. I have all the things written down. And I often spend my days imagining me having the conversations that I want to have with the people. But I didn't do much of it or any of it at all this year. To be fair to myself, I do give myself that grace and, time to be present with stuff. Because like I said, I did just move. So I have been present in that move and just appreciating my home. And something just kind of goes back to actually what I would be leaving behind in 2024. And that's a habit of making everything content.
That's not a bad thing. It's not
a bad thing because, you can monetize on social media and stuff like that. I do get that. You know what I'm saying? But we have to find a balance between what's content and then what am I going to enjoy in my life.
Give me an example.
So, for example, let's say cooking, right?
I know you did not think about no damn cooking with Shamika. Cooking with Shamika.
No, hear me out. Because I do enjoy cooking, right? Just hear me out. You asked me to give you an example. This is an example. I'm not about to start no cooking channel doing no little dancey dance or nothing. That was a joke from my stories that he's talking about. But
I forgot you did that. I wasn't even referencing that, but you did do that.
Because you thought about the whole Kaya thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because cooking with Kaya. Yeah, everybody know what, at least most people know about it or whatever. She went viral for her videos. But it was just a marketing strategy for her, which, kudos to her on that. She did something. She stayed consistent with it. She had a little theme song to go along with it. And that's a marketing strategy that eventually worked for her. Now she's viral now because I think on one of her videos she said she's selling plates. So back to that, content, sharing everything as content is not necessarily a bad thing because it can help if you're trying to grow on social media. Now, in the midst of wanting to grow your social media and build your business and acquire all this money, sometimes we can forget life. We can forget to enjoy life. And instead of, every time I'm about to go cook, I'm going to bring out the camera. And ironically enough, that banana bread I baked today, my son was like, oh, you got me thinking about starting a cooking channel because I had him in the kitchen with me getting the measuring spoon or whatever. And this was our first time baking together. But that was just it. And he was like, when he thought about the camera, I said, nah, we're not doing that. This is for us right now. This is our quality time. So while content is good, spending actual quality time without the camera, without overthinking like, oh, is this the right angle? Just actually being in the moment. And that's something that I did do a lot of this time while I was not creating content, while I was not, recording on my podcast. So I'm not beating myself up about it, but I do wish I had done a little bit more in 2024 because I could have. So what's something you wish you spent more time on?
And the camera just went out.
Okay. Dang. That's a good way to wrap it up.
Hold on, y'all.
Is it dead?
Bro, I think
You
it's
said
overheated. Hold on, y'all.
Knowing that they can't hear.
Oh, God. I think the people that listen to hear.
People that listen can hear? Oh, because you're still recording audio?
Yeah. We might need to turn the video off. Because I thought it was cold in here. I thought it was cold enough in here. Last time I lasted like a good little...
Probably because I got the heater on.
You mind if I turn it off?
No, you can turn it off.
It's a good heater, though.
I'm glad that they kept that because I wasn't so sure. I'm just like, bro, this big ass garage with this little heater. I'm being this bitch so cold. You put it back on. You pressed it too much.
Which one is it?
Just press the red button one time. You pressed it twice.
Don't go out. Cool down. All right. Hopefully don't go out again. That's why I need to get my camera. I can't wait to get that new camera. Oh my God. All right. We're still on.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, you done took the headphones. I was like, I need to invest in the little elevator music. What was dude? I got it on the one at school, but I ain't put it on this one. What was the one you just answered?
Okay, so the one I just answered, it's what's one thing you wish you'd spent more time on in 2024?
Myself.
Ooh, okay. Elaborate.
But I get vulnerable here. I'm gonna close my eyes because you be making me nervous sometimes. I don't know why. I think because you be proud of me sometimes too. Yeah, I've been seeing the mom.
I'm glad you feel it. Okay.
Okay. So, a big part of those bad habits is definitely women. And I think we talked about this. We just didn't go in depth. I remember I told you this, that like when it comes to, and our society's like fitting into the norms or whatever. When you're growing up, like that's one thing is women and how many bodies you can get, how many women you have on your roster and all that. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of played out. Like I actually wanted to find something real over the last 2 or 3 years. But now I've come to the point like, damn, do I even want to find, you know what I'm saying? Because like I'm so at peace when I'm by myself, but then I still go out my way to go find, a little son, a little razzle-dazzle, you know what I'm saying? And
I didn't even say nothing. I did not say nothing.
Okay, but like I'm just saying, I have learned like when I'm by myself, and I seen an Instagram post. I think it was not Regina Hall. What's her name? She was on all the top hair movies though. Anyway, they made a great point of why she looks so good now for her age. Mm-hmm. She has no kids. That's not offense, but because you look good for your age and you have kids. And you're not old. I don't even know why I say for your age because don't get it started. She really thinks she old, y'all. She not. But the point is like, for the most part, a lot of people look run down if they're like, I don't want to say look like, when they try to live that American dream life, the kids, the marriage. And it's like, did they go into it for their own purposes? All right, bro, we're going to let that cool down. Y'all just going to have to look at a blank screen for a little bit. Anyway, did they do it for the purposes of them or did they do it because that's what society wants them to do? Mm-hmm. And now that I have that choice because I haven't made any mistakes or done anything crazy yet, now I'm looking at it like, damn, like I'm not connecting with her. My ex was like, we were close, but then the other thing is like right now, like, I don't even think I would have accomplished as much throughout school if I had like a secure girlfriend. There were definitely a lot of distractions, which is another reason I say that was a bad habit because, like I said, I could have worked a lot hard. I could have spent a lot more time on me and working on my craft, and not even my craft, just my mental and my emotional state. You feel me? And my spiritual, which one thing you always wanted me to dive in. And I feel like in those moments, I feel like I'm stronger when I'm by myself than I am when I'm trying to force this relationship, even with the friendships, but majority of women used to like make me depressed. Mm-hmm. I think I said this on our very first episode when we did the what women think and all that stuff. Yeah. But like I was joking, but I was serious. Like I used to really get depressed if I get a girl's number and then like the whole, like after I get that number, because I don't text right away. I guess that's the thing. I don't know. I made up like a rule, like you text later. But I used to like, I was just doing it like the whole day. Like, let's say I got a girl's number at work at 11 a.m. and we don't get off till 8. And then at 8, I go to the gym from 8 to 9. And then from 9 to 10, I'm eating what's it called? I'm thinking about that, texting her the whole time. And then 10, I finally text her, and then she doesn't text me back at all. Oh my God, the whole week is fucked up. Like, oh God, it used to get me so, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so that's a part of it. One, you gotta respond a little bit sooner. But to be fair, they do say some women don't like it.
That's true.
So which is gonna bring me into like my next point. I think where you're at now is what's really important for a lot of not just men but also women to realize that you need some time to yourself.
Yeah.
It should be a requirement to spend some time being single and learning yourself, being present with yourself. Because it's only then you'll know exactly what it is that you want. Because like you said, when you're by yourself, you know you're at peace. Yeah. And the younger version of you didn't know yourself. So you're out here dating women, disturbing your peace, not realizing that they're not good for your peace. Yeah. Because you have no idea what that looked like.
But there was sometimes I would even know they're not good for me, and I would still do it just the fact of just not being, one, lonely, and two, like, that's something I can hit, man. If you're not hitting that, you're not the guy. So it was like, a lot of them I really knew I should have cut off a long time ago. Like, even just, like I always say, it's funny because I contradicted myself with that. Because I always say off the first, and it's crazy. Some people think it's crazy, but I'm so serious. Off the first conversation, like off our first 5 minutes, I can tell if we're going to vibe or not. Yeah. You feel me? Like, if it's even going to go anywhere further. So it's like, eh.
And I want to say a lot of people have that capability, but a lot of people haven't tapped in with themselves enough to realize. Because a lot of people do engage, especially I think a lot of women too, right? They'll connect with you and they vibe in and they're like, oh, we're laughing, this is a good vibe, this can work. Being a little bit delusional, like that reel I sent you with the girl who met the dude on the date for the radio station thing.
Oh, Emma, was it Emma? It was Emma. I thought it was a joke at first. I thought it was a joke when you sent it to me, and I was waiting for the punchline.
But she
kept going. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
And I think that's because she hasn't really spent enough time with herself to really be aware that, like, he probably wasn't it for real. Like, y'all could have had a good time, but you don't know enough to know how far it can go about that person. And I think it's because
met women
you don't
like
know
that. That's crazy. And I told you I wanted to add that
Yeah.
because I've met women like that. I've met women.
You said that you've experienced that.
Yeah, not to that, like, minus the crazy. Like, they were crazy, but they weren't like that stupid crazy. But I've met women that, like, I'm kind of dealing with them now. Like, where it's like, I feel like they've met something where, like, could, like. Never mind.
They see something in you that they want.
I'm done. I think, sometimes after you stutter, you just gotta let it go.
Let it go.
No, okay, real spill. I think, because I'm trying to say it without. I feel like I bring happiness, peace, and this is coming from them. This is where I'm not. This is gonna sound like I'm gloating about myself, but I have. Multiple of them have said the same thing verbatim. Like, I feel like I'm at peace with you, and that's just because that's who I am. I don't like confrontation. I don't like peace, and I love communication and maturity. Because if you have communication, there's no room for toxicity. Like, right. Let's talk it out right now, nip it in the bud, and we can go on about our day. And other than that, though, like, I'm always joking, but there's ones that can get through me where I can be serious, and you can get that. That chill Jared out of me. Then there's, I know how to show love. I think I'm more physical than I am, like, words of affirmation or whatever. I think I'm more of a physical, touchy person. And what did I say? Love, peace, and happiness. Like, you're always going to be happy when you see me because I bring positive vibes. So I think I bring that to the table most girls that I've encountered think that's it. Like, that's what I've found. But it's like, on my end, I'm like, you fell in love with that, but, like, do you know who I am? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, it's a couple of them I want to say it, but I don't know if she watched this. I'm going to say that the one last year, like, she was like really into Christianity. And I swear to God, I feel like I've mentioned that I'm, like, still figuring it out. But maybe she overlooked that, or maybe she heard it and then went one out the other just because all the other aspects were someone she was looking for.
She ignored.
And that's my thing. Like, That's why I'm just taking a break 2025. Because I feel like I keep running into that trap. But it goes into what you said. I don't think they know themselves enough too.
Something I've come to learn is that one, people project a lot. And oftentimes people seek what they're looking for within themselves in other people. And they don't realize that. They're thinking, they're like, oh, they need peace, they need safety, they need security. You're lacking those things.
Yep.
And that's why they cling to, when they get, like a lot of times a woman will stay with a man that physically abused them because in a sense they also protect them, right? Because that same aggression that he shows towards her, he shows towards other men. Like, oh yeah, I don't want no man looking at you. That's toxic, sis. However, she feel protected. And that's something that she needs. So she's clinging on to that because if she let him go, she doesn't have that because she never cultivated that within herself. And that's why it's important for, again, both men and women to spend time with themselves to be able to cultivate that peace, that safety, that protection, the love. When you start to really give yourself that love, that's what I've done. That's why my 2024 was such a good year for me.
Because you worked on yourself and you worked on learning how to love yourself.
And not outwardly, not on the internet, not on social media, like in real life.
Ooh. God damn it, let me turn the camera back on.
No, the camera's off. Oh, no. Wait.
It's a promo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, ain't got the overheat sign yet. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Going back, everything in content, y'all, but you know we still trying to grow, so I need that camera on. Spitting hot fire. All right, go on.
But no, honestly, that's why my 2024 looked the way it looked. That's, again, not just on social media, but in real life. Like, I was genuinely happy because everything that I wanted, I gave to myself first instead of seeking that from a partner or seeking that from my family or seeking that from any external source. And when I was able to give myself that love, that protection, that safety, and everything that I was needing, it was easy now for me to navigate friendships. You know, I've gotten better at navigating friendships and communicating effectively. And ultimately, I never planned to really talk about it, but attracting a partner where I also feel safe with. And I think the relationship too also feels good is because I'm not afraid of him leaving and then me lacking those things because I already gave them to myself. If he leaves, I'm going to still have that love. I'm going to still have that safety. I'm going to still have that protection. Everything that he can offer me, I already gave it to myself first, wholeheartedly, not just half-ass either. Like, and that took some time. That all those years before 2024, I was in a season of isolation. So it's like, I'm my own best friend, right? I done lost a couple best friends, or I don't have people in the way that I want to. Like, the family dynamics is not the way that it used to be when you were younger. You know, when Christmas was like the best time of year. Like, as an adult, Christmas sucked a little bit because you don't get gifts.
I just talked about that with my boss today. Yeah.
So, you know, all of those things, like pushing through all of those things where you initially wanted outside source to be responsible for your happiness, right? We didn't enjoy Christmas because we know that we weren't getting no gifts because we're adults now. So that outside source on Christmas Day, because it wasn't there, we felt like we were lacking. Yeah. Versus when we start to give that type of love to ourselves, buy ourselves gifts. I did my big one this Christmas for me. You know what I mean? My birthday and my Christmas. I've been really loving on me. Yeah. All 2024. Yeah. And as a result, also still, I do have the external love of a partner and of friends, new connections, and slowly but surely building my community. And, you know, everything that I've given to myself, I can now freely give to other people and not feel burnt out. And because I can do that, it's just like, it has made my life just so good because everywhere I go, I'm in this sphere of goodness and love and light. And I'm just like, giving, once you in this spirit with me, we having a good time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna appreciate the little. Yeah. Even if we're still not where we want to be, because we still got a lot of work to do now. Yeah. We still got a lot of work to do. We talked about things that we haven't done that we wish we did more of. There's still more work to do, but it's like once you do that inner work, everything outwardly just kind of like lines up. Yeah. And on a spiritual note too. Yeah. You know, I'm always driving back to the spiritual note. Because it's a spiritual relationship, that spiritual connection that you have with yourself, being aware. And I can go on and on and on. So I'm gonna wrap that part up. I was gonna let you keep going. I know you would. Okay.
What was that one?
That was, dang, what do you wish you spent more time on? How did we get there?
I was like talking about myself and women, and then
we went on another.
I was talking about how like I couldn't reach that because of
Distraction.
we got distractions.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay. So if you could summarize your year in one word, what would it be and why?
I already know this word. I looked it up last night to make sure I wasn't gonna make a fool of myself. Awakening.
Ooh.
You feel me? You feel me?
Okay.
Stay with me now. Stay with me now.
I'm all right. And the
All
why?
right. And the why? No, I'm joking. Awakening just because, man, a bunch of things. I've like, I think literally that last month between I want to say the last few weeks between, I want to say capstone and graduating, I learned a lot about, well, first of all, we already talked about the awakening with V103 and Black people. Mm-hmm. One thing I did also learn too was like, while I still don't care about what others think, there's still a part of me that doesn't want to offend people when I'm on this platform. Even though if I'm speaking my truth and my intent is not to hurt people.
Yeah, you still want to be respectful.
I just also learned that like keeping a clean image is it doesn't even exist. I'll give you an example. So like I said, between that part and that part, I've always known my peers at school. But since I got that student desk job, I spent a lot more time around them since I was closer to the office, and they would always hang out in the office. And they would always say, like, over the years, like, Gerald, you're not around them much. Yeah, there's a reason. And I learned that reason. I always felt that even though there was positive energy sometimes, but where positive energy, there was always going to be negative energy somewhere. Not right there, but somewhere. And man, those people are like, they're not who they seem. A lot of those people. And a lot of it was like, and I hate to say it like this, but like, damn, I thought I was somewhat of a bad person. These people are far worse. But I've always had this image of them because of who they show versus, like I said, I bring that comfort out of people, so it'll bring that real out of people. And so I get to know the real them. And then you see what people other than them, and then you get to know, you get the gossip and you get the tea, and it's like, no, that person's, they did this, they did that. You know what I'm saying? And some of these people are Christians. Some of these people looked at me crazy because I wasn't a Christian, you know? And that was just awakening to me in the sense of like, you really can't give a fuck what nobody thinks about you, because there are a lot of dick people out here that really aren't who they seem or who other people think they are. Because this is the thing that why I say it was a awakening moment, because I thought these people were perfect. Like there were times where they would correct me on stuff, and I would like be like, man, I'm so grateful to have you. When behind the closed doors, they doing some crazier shit. Like not super crazy, but just stuff that don't even like.
That you wouldn't have thought.
You feel me? Into, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or saying stuff, or not even in touch with certain things, or not being knowledgeable of certain things, or just being liars. But these are young kids too, so that's the other thing I got to remember. But there were adults behind the scenes too. Yeah. Not gonna say who, not gonna say what, but it was just that was awakening to me that like, man, everything in black and white. You gotta look at the gray stuff. And at the end of the day, some people might look at me and say the same stuff and have some opinions. Everything's subjective, so you really can't give a fuck what nobody thinks. And you also can't, like, what am I trying to say? Like, you really can't, like, you can't really care too much about what people say. So, like, be who you are in every room, every moment you step in. Because I remember I even caught myself code switching most of the semester. I mean, I didn't even know what that was until somebody put me on a game. She was like, I was on the phone with somebody, and then I hung up, and then, I turned back, because most white people in my school. And it was like, yeah, you be code switching. I'm like, what? I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know it was a name for it. What it was called, yeah. So then now I just started being myself, like, because I do have like a suburban kid in me where I can talk, regular English, use some stuff out the dictionary. But then, I'm around certain folks. I went to some schools. I've been in the area. Like I said, I live in the suburbs, but I live in some hood suburbs. So I know a little lingo too. So that, they fight back and forth. And sometimes I used to pick where I use them. But now I'm like, whoever I feel right now, I don't care. Like, it could be 5 niggas in a suit. I'm going to say, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? What's going on, little bro? Okay, you got your face over there. Okay, got this shit there. But
that is definitely a great awakening. And for where you want to be, it's going to be essential. Yeah. Like, being the authentic version of yourself can carry you, like, so far. Because people are going to connect with that before anything else. Because, connection, it's an energy. It's a frequency. Something that you feel. You can't explain it. You just feel it. So it's just like if you're not being authentically you, there's like nothing for my energy to connect to, because it's just like you're emitting a false signal.
Yep.
If anything, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to connect to them. That's like trying to put one of those the plugs with the 3 things into the hole where there's only 2. No.
Oh yeah, the outlet.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about you ran out of analogies, huh? Yeah, for gab. I told y'all you know how to bullshit that shit. She ran out of analogies because you was on the road though. I ain't gonna lie, you was on the road though.
But yeah, it's people can't connect if you're emitting a false frequency, right? There's no real signal coming from you. Like there's nothing real about you. Like people are not going to connect to that. People are going to be able to sense like you ain't 100.
And I always feel like I've had authentic. I just know what to turn down in my authenticity. Now I feel like I just want to go 100.
Yeah, you got.
I don't want to hold. I don't want to hold the curse button down, but have everything up, or turn the curse button back up and have the intellectual part of the words of myself or whatever come out. Now I just want it all. Like I'm turning all the buttons on. Like let's say this is the generator and this is the thing with the house with it. You turn all the lights on.
I will say
in certain rooms there is a time and a place.
Because I was literally just thinking about, look, now I'm trying to redeem myself with the analogies. You know how you got the buttons on.
That's what I was trying to tell. Damn, I should did like this.
So you do have to kind of like set it for the right temperature of the room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't have them all the way up all the time. Yeah. You do have to adjust for the temperature of the room, right? But all of the buttons do need to be authentically you. You can't have something on there that says Shamika when that's for Jay. You know what I mean? Yeah. That wouldn't make no sense. You can't keep on pressing the Shamika button, the stuff that Shamika do, when it's not going to come right coming from you. You pressing but just because you're pressing the button don't mean it's going to come right because you're the one that's pressing it, you know? So my word for 2024 has to be alignment, divine alignment. If I can add a little razzle dazzle to it.
That's a part of your brand, ain't it?
In a sense, like healing is for aligning on oneself with self. So the healing journey did get me here. So 2024 was my year of alignment, where all the hard work that I put in, and I don't even say, because I'm still just getting started. I'm just getting started, right? So I guess all the hard work that I've put in is just kind of like breaking the surface a little bit. Because, like where do you see me and these analogies? Okay. The iceberg where people are like, oh, you only see the tip of the iceberg. I've been underneath the water, and I'm kind of like, 2024 was me breaking the surface of the water. It's like, oh, yeah. We can see a little something happening now. So, as I keep on growing and building, I'm going to have the top part of the iceberg. Yeah. You're going to be like, hey, I see you. You did your thing. But,
bro, what was that?
But yeah, so 2024 for me was definitely divine alignment, because what I needed to really shift gears happened for me. And then when I took that big leap of faith, of stepping out there, removing the fears and the doubts, like you still see them, you still understand what your fears and your doubts are. You still know, like, okay, that thing could potentially happen, and I don't know how I'm going to handle that until I'm in that situation, right? True. So you're still aware of the dangers and the fears and the risk factors and all these things. But after stepping out there, things just kept happening in a way where like, oh yeah, nah, God did that. Yeah, nah, this is aligned. Like, this is happening for me. Like, this, my life is unfolding. Like, I've been doing the work, and I'm seeing it happen. So that's like that initial spark in me now to like, all right, now you got to do it for real. Like, you're speaking things and they're happening. Like, it's time to put the gas, step on the gas, you can't break at this point. No easing up for real. True. You have to do it. That's true. So that's what 2024 has been for me, which as I'm talking and I'm reflecting on it, now I'm excited for 2025. Yeah.
Now you're trying to see how close you can get to the top of the iceberg. You feel me?
Because it's been a really good year. Okay. So that was our word for the year. So you were
what number we
awake on? And we got one left. Number 9
I was
left.
like, God damn, I was like, damn, this is 2 hours.
How many is it? No, it's not.
No, so it's 1 hour and 13.
1 hour and 13, so we're over the hour?
We good though.
Crazy.
This New Year's. I'm giving y'all a big one.
Okay. What's a lesson from 2024 you'll carry with you for the rest of your life?
Read it again.
What's a lesson from 2024 you'll carry with you for the rest of your life? I have one ready if you're not ready.
Go ahead.
Okay. So a lesson that hit me this year was that you are not assigned to everyone, or everyone is not assigned to you. And taking on an assignment that was not meant for you is never going to work out how it could have, or how you think it could. So basically putting your all into helping, working on a project, or helping someone to complete something because you feel like, oh, I care for you enough and I see you're trying to do this thing and I want to help you get there. So I'm going to put my all into helping you. And then they never get it, or it never clicks for them, or the project doesn't complete, or, you complete the project, but it's not what they were looking for. And then it's like, dang, I did all this work and you're going to tell me that that's not what you needed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not being hurt by that. Not being hurt when something that you pick up on yourself to go do didn't work out. When in the spiritual sense, it wasn't assigned to you. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you have moments where it's like you hear a voice of reason speak to you and say, go do that. Go help that person. Or go open up that door for that lady.
I get what you're saying.
Or grab that bag.
I get what you're saying. Because it sounds to me more like, and I have this problem too, where like you want more for this person so much that like when they don't do what they're supposed to do, or what you think they can do, or what they don't believe that they can do, but you see in them, it hurts you just as if it was you. Yeah. I have that problem too. Very much. Yeah. A lot of like, I think I said that in the graduation episode or another episode where like, I'm tired of like having friends and people that some of them I have to like, because I've had to distance myself because of that, because it's like you're praising me and you want to do this, and then I try to do the same for you, and it's like
it's not clicking.
Yeah, and then it's like you want to complain to me about why you're not where you want to be in life or stuff like that. Well, it's like I'm giving you the blueprint. You already know the blueprint.
Yeah, you just got to put in the work.
Just put in the work. It's not that hard, but you want to keep doing stuff that's not, or you rather invest in the bad habits or the complaining or whatever. More than you want to invest in what can actually help. Like it's not easy. It is scary. And that's I'll just give one short example. I had one friend that said she got tired of hearing no's. And she wanted to be in the entertainment field. And I'm like, what do you mean? That is the whole process
of it, yeah.
Do you not study? Like if you study actors, if you see every interview, they said the number one thing you're going to hear is no. Like that's the number one obstacle is no. But for every 10,000 no's, there's going to be at least 3 yeses, and you have to take what you can with those opportunities. What do you mean you get tired of using no? And it used to piss me off because I'm like, yo, you have the will, you have the work ethic, you have the talent. The fuck you mean no is your stop? Like, what do you mean? Yeah. That was it. Sense. That's what made you quit. And now it almost makes me question that that was even their passion. Because now it's like you quit this, now you're going to go do this because you think you can get there faster. So was that even your passion? But now today they reach back out and it's like they're still struggling. It's because that was your passion. You just gave up on it too quick. You're letting society kind of dictate, or what you're seeing on Instagram or all this other stuff. Like, yeah, it's not. It goes into what you said though. Yeah, it goes into what you said.
And in addition to that, I've also learned that oftentimes they were intended to get it from somebody else. It wasn't supposed to be you. And because I experienced something like that, and it hurt me because I'm just like, I poured a lot into you, hope, and I was patient with it. I didn't do it like, looking for nothing in return, and I didn't do it aggressively. I willingly poured into you and was patient because I'm just like, whenever you get it, you'll get it, because I know that, you have to do it on your own time. But then it's like it came back full circle to where somebody else said pretty much what I've been saying the whole time, and it clicked for them. So I'm like, so it took for that person to say it for you to get it. And in the moment, like, my ego wanted to get in the way and I wanted to be mad. And then literally, God dropped it in my spirit. Like, they were never assigned to you. It wasn't for you to do all of that you did for them. It wasn't for you. That's why it never clicked for them, because it just simply wasn't for you. So that's the lesson I'm carrying with me in 2024 is to, one, even if I do overextend myself to someone who I wasn't even supposed to help, because it's in my nature sometimes to help. So sometimes it's like, I forget, like, you can't help everybody, and it's not for you to help everybody. So forgive me, if I do step into a space again where I'm like helping, as much, helping as much as I can. And then it wasn't really for me to help because they needed to either go through that struggle on their own. They needed to develop the character of not having Shamika planting seeds or doing this or that, trying to help them. What they needed was to figure it out on their own, because that's the only time sometimes lessons are going to click. It's the same reason why I was in my season of isolation, because what God needed me to hear, I was not going to hear while I had all these friends around me. That's true. I wasn't going to be trying to hear, because I would have been too good enjoying company. Yeah, I got good company. I'm laughing, hee hee ha ha. I don't need to do nothing. Like, life is good. Nah, you got stuff to do. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you got stuff to do. So yeah. That's a lesson that I'm taking with me. Have you thought about yours?
Damn, I forgot.
I know, my bad.
So many lessons. I will say this is. I'm not gonna go too deep on this one. This was a simple lesson. Patience. Like the last 2 years, I want to say that I thought were sacrifices, which really weren't. Now that I think about it. Because now I think I told you on the last episode, I have so many opportunities now that I don't even think I deserve, that like others I've seen work way harder. But I can't discredit the work that I have done, the times I have worked hard. I just feel like I could have worked harder. So you do
deserve it. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, I do deserve it. But it's almost like, damn. So whether I would have quit these jobs before I found another one, because I was so impatient with the journey and with like, why hasn't it come yet? I'm so tired of this. I'm ready for it to just hit the walls, the things running. I was like, damn, this shit already came to me. So now I'm in a position of like, I could have been better financially than I am now with these opportunities, where now I'm like, now I don't need these 9 to 5s, but now low key, well, I do need them. But I don't know how to explain it. Basically, I could have been better financially, and I should have been patient with it. It was gonna come. Like this came
out of nowhere.
Yeah, kinda. This came out of nowhere, so it was destined to come. I didn't know this, so I think I jumped the mulberry bush a little bit. But pretty much, like, I used to always have these arguments with my dad, and it started last year with because every time I get a job on campus, I always get a weekend job. But, every semester I want to, like, I plan on when the year starts to work hard, have all these goals. I want to work hard, get better at this. So I'll pile a lot on my plate to keep me busy and keep enough work so I can work on my different skills within each project or assignment. And within doing that, like, I get busy and I get busier and I get busier and stuff piles up, even if I'm procrastinating or not. And then towards the end of the semester, now I'm choosing between turning in a project just to get a grade or turning in something I can turn in to get not only an A, but I can put on my portfolio, which is a lot of stuff I post on my Instagram now. And a lot of times I've picked the project and I've quit my job, and then I've been fucking broke from like May all the way to damn near August sometimes. And that's put me at like, if I didn't have my parents, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't have a car at times to, go run Instacart, even when that wasn't enough, like, where would I be? But the thing was, I was so impatient. Like, looking back at it now, I was like, I could have just chilled. I could have fucking weathered the storm. Like, bro, just do both and just be fucking tired of shit in the morning from, trying to do both. But I didn't think that's how it worked. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to what we talked about when with the girl was saying no. It's like, we look at the Viola Davises, we look at the Denzel Washingtons, and we see what they have now. But that's why I love documentaries, because it shows where they started from. Like, one thing everybody hates on Kanye, but one thing I love about Kanye is where he came from. Like, that nigga, when he was successful starting out. When he started out, like, he used to produce beats for rappers, but he wanted an opportunity to rap. Nobody would give him opportunity. So what he did? He would go, I forgot what record label it is, but he would go in there like unannounced and just start going around each office and playing his music that he rapped on, and kept playing. And it almost looked like a struggle story, even though like he was making pretty good money just producing for rappers on his own. He wasn't even working for anybody. Right. But to see that he came from that and to see where he is now, like, but people don't show you that, because that was all the no's. Like, nobody believed in him. If you go, y'all got to go watch it. I believe it was on Netflix. It's like a 3-part documentary, and it's so crazy to see where he was then to where he is now. And it goes back to what you said, believing it before seeing it. Believing it before you can see it. Mm-hmm. Like it's real. Like fear is really it doesn't even exist. It's really an illusion we make up in the back of our minds of if it doesn't work out. But you don't know that. How can you know if what's the old people say? If was a fifth, we all be drunk or something like that.
I ain't never heard that one.
All right, so you know, see, you ain't old. Yeah. But my thing is, I wasn't patient enough. So I feel like even though I got the opportunities and I'm grateful for those opportunities, I feel like, and even though I'm not even crazy broke right now, you know, graduation came in, so that money came in, everything I'd have had 3 jobs this semester. But I do feel like, and that's just the perfectionist in me, that I should have punched those through. You know what I'm saying? Should have went through that then. So now when I go through it, now it'll be more like, prepared. It'll be more like some soft punches more now. I won't be feeling them things, now when I be, so.
Okay. All right, so we can wrap it up on that. We have a few more things on here, but these are a whole nother episode.
Those in cases. Do you want to do the? Because we didn't even do the. Do you want to do the New Year's ones next week? Or
we can, yeah.
Because it's kind of late.
What time is it? It's not okay. It's not that bad. I'm thinking we probably at 1:00 in the morning messing with you.
Do you want to do New Year's one next week? I can go through the New Year's ones quicker, but it's up to you because I know you got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow.
I do have stuff to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Because my plan, I was going to try to drop this one New Year's Eve and then our New Year's episode on New Year's. But it don't have to be. Like I said, though, in episode, we're working on being perfection.
So then we can do the New Year, because you're going to need it if you're dropping them right behind you.
But I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying?
No, we can do it. And we can do the New Year's episode tonight.
Okay.
And we'll just reschedule the ones for my...
Oh, yeah, we do got yours.
Podcast. Today's the 28th. I can probably do the 11th or the 4th. Probably the 11th. Yeah, because school start back, I think, the 6th.
Whenever, because I'm about to transfer. You said the 11th?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm off that day. I'm cool. We cool.
All right, the 11th.
Unless pick up a job.
Yeah.
Like I said, this semester I had like
the 11th. Yeah. Because after the 11th, I'm going to Mexico.
Damn, see her. She going crazy. She's been going crazy ever since 2024 started.
I'm telling you, 2024 was, yeah.
Is it just you and your son, or just...
No, me and some girlfriends. It's for one of my girlfriends is getting married, so it's a bachelorette.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
So yeah, it's a girls trip, no kids. Ooh, I could use me one of them.
Okay. All right, man, let's go wrap this up, man. Go ahead, shout out your socials and all that good stuff.
So you guys can find me at a.redefinedme.ka or over on my podcast page at the with 2 E's group.chat.
Is it Instagram?
Both on Instagram. And you can find me at the group.chat on TikTok as well.
Okay. I'll check it for you. You'll check it for me. Because you don't even know your own brand.
Nah, it should be, the TikTok and the Instagram for the podcast page is the same name. Same on YouTube, the group chat podcast. 2 E's on the. And then, yeah, you'll be able to find me that way. Yep, that's it.
See, she used to be mad at me because she's like, I wasn't prepared for that. Dude, it's just your socials.
That's it.
She's grown from that, though. We're in 2025.
Right. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
A couple more days.
Hey, man, I ain't going to make this too long, man. Thanks you for watching or listening through the technical difficulties. I promise the next episode is going to be straight. We turned the heater off, so the camera... And we're going to get a new camera soon. Speaking of that, I got a new documentary out. Check out my other YouTube, Stories by J Ray. That's that new handle. It's easy. Stories by... And the J Ray is Jayray, not Jayray or not Jray. Stories by Jayray. That's my YouTube handle. Displaced but Not Erased is a story about the Beacon Decatur community when it was black and thriving and how it's been gentrified and all that good stuff. Just dropped the music video, man. Y'all go check that out on my boy Linkheart's YouTube. I don't know his YouTube handle, but if you type in Linkheart My Way music video, you'll find it.
That boy been putting in work. Okay.
I'm telling you, man. Something about like when I got close to graduation, I just, you know what I'm saying? I just snapped. I had to go crazy. But Instagram, real.t.radio. TikTok, Real Talk Radio with 2 O's. Oh my God. Do I have any more socials? No, I think that's it. Dang, that's it. All right. I had a motivational quote. Do you want to give us a motivational quote? Or you think that I should read that one?
I didn't read it earlier, so let's see. It says, if you can't go a day without making choices based on what or how everyone else would perceive it, you need to work on yourself going into 2025. I think that was perfect. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I think that was perfect.
I don't know if I ChatGPT'd it or if I wrote it myself, but
Nah, that's a good one. Your choices should be based on how you feel about yourself and not how others perceive you. Because the reality is, we touched on it earlier. You talked about it in your graduation episode. We touched on it in this episode. And 9 times out of 10, the things that you think they're saying about you is you actually saying it about yourself. So you need to check yourself, check your inner voice, put that inner voice in line. Like, let them know that we're not doing that no more. We're not talking bad about ourselves. We are not perceiving ourselves in a negative light and projecting onto other people. And half the time, people really don't even care for real. Like, people do not care.
they don't at all.
So do it. Whatever it is, make that choice, make that decision, step out there, and
Yeah.
authentically. All
Let's see
2025.
Let's see y'all niggas in 2025.